One of the topics that comes up a lot with my patients and sometimes within couples therapy is that worry about, do I smell down there? Simple answer, yes, you should smell. Vaginas have a smell, penises have a smell, buttocks have a smell, your noses have smells. Your body should make smells. But here is the thing, oftentimes we will experience a lot of shame associated with our bodies having scent to them. And one of the ones that I notice that comes up actually quite a lot with my individuals and my couples cases is specifically how the vagina can smell different after ejaculatory fluid has started mixing in with the vaginal fluid. So I am not a chemist. I'll be the first one to say, not a chemist. My background is not an MD. And this is something I've had to learn through my training as a sex therapist, as a psychologist, just to really normalize and humanize humans' patterns of behaviors, especially topics related to my cases. So when we think about smell, vaginal fluid, or the vagina, essentially has a little bit more acid to it. So when we look at pH levels, vaginas and vaginal fluids are going to lean a little more on the acidic level. Seminal fluid or ejaculatory fluid is going to be a little bit more basic. Make that joke with it what you will. So when you mix an acid and a base, that is going to literally change the pH level. It's basically, think about it a little bit like your pussy is a potions class. You have these two potions and you're throwing them in to make a new one. Things are going to smell different. And this is why I want to talk about this topic. I notice so many of my patients will experience so much shame. They'll notice, oh, I smell like different down there after ejaculatory fluid's been there. Something smells different, something feels different. For some individuals, it actually increases the likelihood of yeast infections because literally your vagina's pH level just got impacted. This is why I say to individuals, whether we're experimenting with different lubes, different types of foods may be involved, whipped creams, chocolates, everything basically you've ever read in a terrible old Cosmo magazine of, well, sure, you put like whipped cream down your vagina and have them lick it off. Make sure you wipe it off first before you stick anything up there, because that is a very sensitive, beautiful machine that if you mess up the pH level, it could result in a lowered acid level. Lowered acid, or even too much acid, is going to change the pH balance of the vagina, and as a result, scent might change. This is another area that I see this come up a lot, is that worry about how partners communicate about this, or talking to your partner about concerns about smells, even ejaculatory fluid, basically any fluids involved. Especially for some individuals who have OCD or potentially contamination OCD or sensory related concerns, where the actual change of the scent may result in a different emotional or physiological reaction. For some individuals, they might notice themselves having disgust reactions to their own body and going, why does this feel so gross? Why do I have such a negative reaction? We'll sometimes see this during menstruation, where blood will definitely change your pH level. This thing is a self-cleaning machine, and it's trying to clean things up, and it's trying to re-regulate and clean what is in there. So if something is not frequently in your vagina that will be changing the pH level, expect it to smell different, expect it to maybe feel different. For my individuals and my couples who are trying to have children, then you start leaking, and that's a whole nother ballgame. But when you look at those base changes, when you look at the pH, if you are not the vagina haver and you are the one who just ejaculated into the vagina haver, expect there to be a smell. And if you notice yourself going, well, something is different. My spidey senses are tingling. That's okay. Maybe that might be an inside thought. Or just noticing, hey, y'all just made a new potion together. That's really cool. The absolute last thing I want you to do is go, ooh, smells like smelly vagina in here. Please don't do that, because if you ever want to touch that vagina again, maybe don't comment on it. Especially, that's also you. You are part of the smell too. Essentially, think about it like we're all just walking cream pies anyway. That just means that you get to have another example of a walking cream pie. But if you notice yourself having a disgust reaction to a smell that's not normally there, or that's not ordinarily there, we don't want it to be an indicator of, ew, something is wrong. It just might mean, oh, something is different. And especially if we don't have conversations and start talking about the normalization of human bodies, that actually increases the likelihood that we're going to experience shame. And let's be real, shame does nothing. It doesn't make us feel good about ourselves. It makes us feel a lot of negative thoughts, makes us feel negative things about ourselves, other people, makes us think terrible. It's just a whole spiral. Shame doesn't do shit. What will do shit is recognizing the humanity of yourself, your partner, other individuals around you. So if you notice yourself, if you are in a relationship when there's a mixture of vaginal fluid and ejaculatory fluid, expect there to be a little bit of a change in scent. And that is okay. That is science at work, and yay for science.